You do everything you're supposed to. You're patient. You're understanding. You're the classic good man. So why does it feel like you're playing a part? Why does the respect you receive feel conditional and the intimacy feel distant? You have a creeping suspicion that the good man persona is a psychological cage. And you are right. In this video, we don't just talk about being nice. We deconstruct the precise psychological blueprint that separates the good man from a truly great partner. Let's be clear. The good man we are deconstructing is not a man who is genuinely virtuous. We are talking about a persona, a role, a carefully constructed strategy for navigating relationships. The strategy is built on a single core objective: the avoidance of conflict. The good man persona operates from a preemptive defensive crouch. He learns his partner's triggers and avoids them. He mediates disagreements before they can escalate. He offers solutions to her problems, often before she even asks. On the surface, this behavior appears commendable. It is supportive. It is helpful. It is nice. But it is also a tactic. This is the central flaw in the operating system. The good man's actions are not governed by a set of internal, sovereign values. They are governed by a constant, reactive monitoring of his partner's emotional state. His primary goal is not truth, but truce. This is why the core analogy for this persona is the diplomat. A diplomat's job is to manage relations with a foreign power. He is an expert in negotiation, appeasement, and de-escalation. His success is measured by the absence of conflict. He is skilled, he is valuable, but he has no authority of his own. He serves at the pleasure of the state he represents, and his power can be revoked at any moment. When you operate as the diplomat in your relationship, you are placing your own psychological state in the hands of a foreign power, your partner. You give her the implicit responsibility for your own emotional stability. This is why the respect you get feels hollow. She isn't respecting you, she is respecting the function you perform. She intuits that your pleasantness is not a reflection of a solid character, but a strategy to manage her. And this is why the intimacy feels distant. A woman cannot truly connect with a ghost, and the diplomat is a ghost, a collection of pleasing behaviors with no man inside. To understand how to move beyond this, we must compare the diplomat to his sovereign counterpart, the king. Where the diplomat's primary function is external, managing the state of another, the king's primary function is internal. He rules his own kingdom. Let's analyze the mechanics of these two psychological models. The diplomat's kingdom is his partner's approval. The borders of this kingdom shift with her moods and opinions. The laws are unwritten and can change without notice. To navigate this treacherous territory, the diplomat's primary tools are supplication and anxious service. He constantly asks for permission, either directly or indirectly. Is this okay? What do you want to do? Let me fix that for you. His entire orientation is outward. The king's kingdom is himself, his mind, his principles, his values. The borders of his kingdom are his non-negotiable boundaries. The laws are his personal code of conduct, a constitution that he has written and lives by. These laws apply first and foremost to himself. The king does not seek war, but he is not afraid of it. He understands that conflict is not a threat to his kingdom's existence. It is simply a negotiation between two sovereign powers. He engages with his partner as an equal sovereign. He respects the laws of her kingdom, but he does not allow her laws to supersede his own. The psychological mechanism at play here is the integration of the anima. The diplomat projects his own inner authority onto his partner. He makes her the queen of his empty internal kingdom, and then spends all his energy trying to please her in the hope she will rule him benevolently. The king has done the work to withdraw that projection. He has integrated his anima. He consults her, that is, his own internal matrix of feeling, intuition, and connection. But he does not abdicate his throne. He holds the executive authority. His actions are a synthesis of his internal masculine structure and his internal feminine insight. The result is not appeasement, but grounded, decisive action. The diplomat reacts to the world. The king creates his. Transitioning from diplomat to king is not about changing your personality. It is about shifting your psychological center of gravity from external to internal. This is the work. Here are 3 practical steps. Step 1. Define your borders. Take out a piece of paper. Write down 3 non-negotiable boundaries for your relationship. These are not requests for your partner to change. They are lines that you will not allow to be crossed. Examples might be, I will not be spoken to with contempt, or I require at least 2 evenings a month for my own projects, or I will not engage in circular arguments when emotions are high. A king's power begins where his territory is defined. Without written borders, your kingdom is imaginary. This act makes your sovereignty concrete. It gives you a constitution to consult when you feel the diplomat's impulse to appease. Step 2. Practice strategic silence. The next time a disagreement begins and you feel that familiar, urgent impulse to immediately explain, defend, or apologize to smooth things over, do nothing. Stop. Take 1 deep breath. Say nothing for 5 full seconds longer than is comfortable. Simply observe the diplomat's frantic desire to act. The diplomat's power is in rapid response and negotiation. The king's power is in stillness and deliberate choice. By creating a space between stimulus and response, you starve the diplomat of his fuel. You are building the muscle of emotional self-regulation, which is the bedrock of a king's authority. Step 3. Issue decrees, not requests. Pay attention to your language. For 1 week, practice eliminating phrases of supplication. Stop asking for permission for things that are well within your rights. Instead of, would it be okay if I went out with friends on Friday? State your intention. I'm going out with friends on Friday. This is not about being a tyrant. It is about communicating from a place of sovereignty. Diplomats request, kings decree. This linguistic shift is a powerful tool for reprogramming your own mind. It signals to yourself and to your partner that your decisions are rooted in your own self-possessed kingdom, not a plea to a foreign power for approval. When you begin to operate from the archetype of the king, the entire texture of your internal and external life changes. Internally, the constant low-level hum of anxiety begins to fade. It is replaced by a sense of groundedness, of weight. You stop performing the role of the good man and simply start being the man you are. You're no longer watching yourself, judging your every move. You're simply present. In your relationship, the dynamic of conflict shifts entirely. It is no longer a terrifying threat to your stability. It becomes a productive process. Because you are not afraid of it, You can engage with it from a place of strength. The arguments become cleaner, more direct, and more quickly resolved, because they are a negotiation between two real people, not a desperate appeasement strategy. And finally, the intimacy changes, the hollowness disappears. It is replaced by a potent connection, because for the first time, your partner can actually meet you. She can feel the immovable structure of your character, the safety of your defined borders. She learns to trust you not because you will always agree with her, but because you will never abandon yourself. The diplomat spends his life trying to keep a fragile peace. The king builds a world, and in that world, a real partnership is finally possible.